Hello, my crafty friends and creatives from around the globe. Welcome to Hither and Yon Studio, or welcome back if you've been here before. Thanks so much for coming back. I'm happy to have you with me in the studio today. And today I'm going to do another Canva video, but don't worry, my whole channel is not going to become Canva. I'm doing this because I was asked a specific question today, so I just wanted to answer it quick with a video. It's going to be a super quick video. So Kathy asked me in my Etsy shop if I could make a template for journal pages. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody who's jumping on these templates. I hope you're making really pretty things or grungy things or whatever things you want to make, but I'm glad you're enjoying them. So Kathy asked me if I could make a template for the inner journal pages of our journals, which is great. And I'm definitely going to make one for some standardized journal pages, but we all make different journal sizes, and I make mini journals and half journals, and I make full-size journals. So I wanted to show you a trick that you could use to make any size page that you wanted to, and then print it off and have it however you want it to be. I'm going to use a letter size piece of paper because I usually make my journals 9x6 so that when they open they're 9x12. That's the cover size. So the inner pages I want to be generally around 8x10 to 10.5. That's my go-to. So that fits on a standard US letter size piece of paper. And what I'm going to demonstrate today will be for that size, but I'll also show you how you can do it a smaller size. So if you are making a really funky journal that, you know, maybe is only 4x6 or something, you can fit a page inside that is maybe 3.5x5.5, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up Canva. We're going to go to create a design, and we're going to choose this custom size. And I'm going to choose 8.5x11. But you go ahead and pick a size. Actually, let's go back because I want to make it 11x8.5. All right, so create a design, custom size. We're going to do 11. Oh, let's change this to inches first. Inches. So 11x8.5 for my letter size page. So this is a full sheet, standard US letter size. Now, let's say I wanted to make a page that when it's cut down, it's going to be, let's just say 6x9. I'm not going to use my size for my journals, but because I want to kind of illustrate how this can look. So I want to make it 9 wide by 6 tall. I'm going to come over here to elements, and I'm going to pick this square. And then I'm going to resize this square to 9 inches wide by 6 inches tall. So I'm looking at that black box there, and it's telling me how wide and tall it is. So right now it's 9x2.5. So I want it to be 9x6. Go a little that way, go a little that way, till we get it to 9x6. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm just going to center it on the screen by dragging it until I see those crosshairs. And now we don't want it to be pink. Well, I don't want it to be pink. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make this a white background. And then I'm going to want to remember where that border is. So I'm just going to come up here to the border style and change this to a single border, a straight border, not dotted or dashed. And then I'm going to change the border weight down to 1 here. And I'm going to make it a dark color so I can see it in the next step. That's not what I wanted. I want this to be dark gray. So this is the border color right here. All right, so now if we click off, we can see our border color. Okay, now when you download this and print it, if this box were blue, you would have a white border and a blue box in the middle. That's how that would print out because you're printing 8.5x11. So just keep that in mind that this white will be white, unless you fill it in with something. I'm not going to in this demonstration because I want to actually show you how to design a page just in this space. All right, so now that we have our box here, we're going to go over here and let's pick this parchment piece. All right, so when you click that, it drops it right into the space that you laid out immediately. Let's delete it. if you were to drag it from here, instead of dropping it in there, okay, what you'll find is that it's not the exact dimensions of your box. It's little taller. It's not quite the dimensions. It's going to hang over a little. Okay, so if you happen to drag it in like this, what you can do to fix that is just go up here to the crop. While you have that highlighted, just go up here to this crop and use the corner to fit it in your box, like so, like this. Okay, and now it's, well, it's sort of in there. Let's go back up to crop. A little hard to see that line. But yeah, so you can kind of do something like that. And that will fit it into the confines of your box. All right, so let's delete it out again. Again, the easiest way is to just click on the image you want and it'll fill the space. All right, but you can use the crop if you wanted to crop it into a space. All right, now let's say I want to overlay something. So this is the opened page, right? And this would be the center where we would stitch it into our journal. Let's say I want to kind of separate these pages out. I can just go over here and look for, let's see, vintage paper, and look for something that might fit in here. So I have some I think might fit in here, but before I add anything, I want to lock this page, because if I don't, anything I click is going to fill that space again, and I don't necessarily want that. So I'm just going to lock this. I'm going to click on it and then go up here and click it twice. You can unlock it later once you have your design together, but this will allow you to work on this space without it moving around, without it getting taken over by another image or anything like that. So now I'll come over here and we've got some of this vintage paper, which is a little different. So maybe we can put that in here, kind of lay it over the page like that. That looks cool. And then we'll use this duplicate button to do another one. So now we can lay over something like that and center them on the page. You can be a little wonky with it. Maybe you want to put something over the top of that also. So let's see. We can bring this in, and I'm just going to use this as a quick example. We're not going to do a big spread here. All right, and so maybe you want to kind of put that there, and then you can just add whatever you want to your page, like so. All right, and you can go on and on. Now, if you want to, what I would recommend is make this the same size on the next page by duplicating your page. So we'll duplicate the page. Okay, your box is in the middle already. You don't have to do anything there. You can go over here and unlock it and change the background, but don't move it out of the center. This way, when you download these pages, you can print the first page and then flip your paper over and print the second page, and then they'll line up in on your paper. Just a suggestion there. And if you want, I think it might be useful to kind of maybe drag this color out a little, because, and we, to bleed it out, we want to bleed it off of the area, because what happens is when your printer prints it, it might shrink it just a little. I don't know if yours does that. Sometimes mine does. Sometimes it has those white borders on it. It may do wonky things. So just consider, if you want your paper to be exactly 6x9 cut, you may want to make this box slightly bigger, maybe 6 1/4 by 9 1/4. This way you have some wiggle room with the print, and so you don't get a white area in your print area, or in the cut area rather. All right, and so that's it. And then you would just download it like you normally would. So you do all your pages, and then you download it. It'll download it as a zip file, and then you unzip the file, and all your pages will fall out of that zip file, and you'll have them individually. If you're going to print these on your home computer, you can use PNG, PDF print, JPEG. The PDF print is going to be a very large file. If you have a lot of room on your computer, you can do that, but PNG will probably print just as well as will JPEG. Test them, see which one prints best on your computer, and use that one. I prefer PDF print because it's got really good quality, but I also use PNG from time to time, and I use PNG when I'm going to download it and cut it on my Cricut or my Silhouette. So just a tip there. That's it. So I hope this tutorial helps you guys make some inner pages for your journals without having to have a template. And if you want a fancier template, keep an eye on my shop and I'll have something up there. I don't know exactly when, but I'll let you know when it comes out. We'll go over it. All right. Have a great weekend. I'm having my weekend here in the US on Saturday. And I hope you are having a great weekend or a great week wherever you are. Have a good time and happy crafting. Bye.